Hello dear friends, New Hope Incorporated is welcoming you, and in this video we're going to tell you about third version of our software. Since the beginning of 2021, we have updated software for MetaTrader 4 and MetaTrader 5, and we also have on sale software for MetaTrader 4 and 5 for cryptocurrency with separate flows. In this video, we will take a detailed look at the changes in the program, innovations related directly to trade, and new features. Let's launch the New Hope Insight program and look at it in more detail. The first thing we see is a completely modified interface. Initially, we created a program with a beautiful appearance and considered it to be thematically and visually more pleasant for traders. But during the last trading year, we realized that with this addition of new features, it is necessary to add new buttons, add new work areas. Since the interface was designed for current functions, we decided that we would completely move away from this concept and go to the classic version, where there's a large quantity of free space and you can add new functions without visual loss and without discomfort for the client. And we developed such a program accordingly. The changes are also related to the transfer of our program to a new kernel in order to connect new functions, which we will talk about later. So here's the program. Let's connect. We're going to use the demo account to illustrate the principle. The primary location of all work areas remains the same. Buttons have been added to this area. The upper part became more informative and the block from below was rebuilt. To connect and start trading, we're going to the settings. In the program settings, we enter the client license, login accounts, MetaTrader 4 or MetaTrader 5, password and server name, which we put in the folder brokers, the SRV file. Further, two functions have changed here. Limit equity. If equity of account reach same amount, then trading stops. And the second is a scheduler, where we can specify the time of trading. We'll talk about it later. Let's go to the main functions. The first function is history. Displays all transactions that have occurred throughout the trade. The program automatically downloads the entire history from the broker server. You can see it from the beginning of the deposit. Here is a deposit of 50,000, and further goes deals with all descriptions, commissions, swaps. The next function is order. It shows all the positions that are open at the moment, and that we can control and monitor what we have openly and what is not enough. The next and main function is chart. These are graphs that allow us to observe in real time what is happening at the broker. We compare our quotes of our fast flows and compare them with those of the broker. Based on this, we can draw conclusions about how the broker is trading and what are delays in trading. Here there is a diff function. This is a difference between fast and slow quotes. Here we can see in real time when there was a signal and see the time. For example, 10 seconds, 46 milliseconds, and go here and find here. This is actually the place. There was a diff in this place. The following tab is Spread Fast. This is a broker's spread. Quick quotation sources. Next, we want to add here the source of the broker spread itself, so that you can compare in real time and observe what is happening on the news. Because brokers are very often hampered on the news by a strong spread, and this interferes with trading and also incurs possible losses, which can also be traced using the analyzer spread that we added. Let's move on. Suppose here was a deal. We point to the tick. At the bottom, 99.111 is indicated, and we point to the slow tick and see 100.108. So the difference is calculated immediately in milliseconds. You can also view any ticks. To return to the external state and visually view the entire graph, right-click and click Fit to View. Now we have added 3 tools, and you can switch between them in real time. Let's close this function and take a look at the program. What other changes have the program undergone? We've changed the load on the server. We lowered it by disabling many visual functions and also began to use the new kernel for calculations and connected graphs for visualization. In the program settings, there is a description of our contacts for communication with us. It's mail, Skype, website. Let's move on to this part. This is an informative panel that we have made easier to describe more clearly the current trading situation. The first is local time, which is the local time of the server we are on. Account number, broker name, first name, last name of the client. If you trade in several accounts, then by the name of the broker, you can get confused. This is exactly what we added to the display information about client. The balance is the profit amount excluding open deals. Equity is the profit amount based on open deals. Profit. Program. MetaTrader 4, 5, whichever you run. We added the broker's leverage. Having a leverage of 100, for example, does not give the same leverage on indexes and on some currencies or on gold. The leverage is very subjective setting by the broker, and there can be separate settings for each instrument. The broker's leverage that we added is for general information, but it does not guarantee that this leverage will be on all instruments. And the next 2 parameters are time and limit. These are 2 parameters we described above. The scheduler indicates the running time of the program. We can set the start and end times of the program. Here we see how much time remains to stop trading. And here is the limit amount for closing the trade. With limit 69,999, stopping trade will be inevitable. Let's move on to the trading part. A list of instruments. Go to the settings. We moved the delete button to the settings of a specific instrument, so that you do not accidentally delete any instruments. Almost everything remained here the same as before, but we decided to remove some features. For example, trade without spread. As practice has shown, everyone trades with the spread, takes it into account in the signal power in order not to open deals in advance in a minus state, and removed slippage options. Only slippage cuff and min pip slippage remain. They are needed for instances of account. Brokers who use these settings and instant execution are getting smaller, and I think that in the next 6 months we will also remove these 2 functions. All other settings are standard. We've broken them down in blocks. Here is a complete list of instruments. Here is the start and close trade. Separately, I want to say about the logs. We corrected some of the nuances you asked for and added such inscriptions. Here you can see more information about trading. That's it. If you are our customer and have not yet received this update, be sure to contact us in any way convenient for you, and we will give you an update and explain everything in detail. That's all. Goodbye.